Um, it's my Lunchtime Live, regular Thursday. I've decided to start doing this every Thursday now, and we are live on Facebook and YouTube. So I hope you'll all join in. I've got a lot to tell you about today, and I left my notes upstairs, so let me pull them up on my computer real quick. But the first thing I want to tell you about is the first thing I always tell you about, which is the Scrappy Stitchers link party. We have 12 links so far. We're about halfway through. So it is a good time for you to add your links if you get them in the next 2 weeks, so that you might be most clicked this month. And also take a look at all the links that are there already, because there are some really nice projects there. And remember to vote for your favorites by clicking on the picture that you like. The winner, I guess, I hate to say winner, but the most clicked obviously is the one that most people click on. So that is the Scrappy Stitchers. I also want to tell you, I've been doing a lot of tinkering with the site. So if you've been online recently on the website and you're noticing that everything looks a little different, it's because, I'll make a long story very short. I was trying to increase the page speed so that it would load faster, so that you guys would have a better experience. And I made some changes, and then there was an update, and then everything kind of broke. So I've been reverting it back to what it was, and now I'm also going to be playing a little bit, still trying to improve the page speed. So you may see some different themes show up. You may see things move around a little bit, different colors, different alignment. It's all going to be cosmetic. All of the actual posts and material and information is all going to be the same. So don't worry if you log on and things look a little bit different, because they will for a little while. I'm not sure when I'll be done with it. I am playing with it until I find a good solution. So could be this weekend, I'm hoping. I would like to be done with it. But yeah, so don't freak out if you log on and you're like, what is this? It looks different. Okay, so that is what's going on Stitches and Scraps right now. I want to take a break before I get into the last pattern that we did and the demo. I want to tell you about the CGOA conference. A lot of you know I'm on the board of the CGOA, so we've been working really hard planning this. Next week would have been our normal conference. We would have been in New Orleans. I would have gotten to see all of you. I miss you guys. But instead, we are doing an online conference. We've got a lot of online events that you can sign up for, that you can attend. Most of it is through Zoom. So if you're not already familiar with Zoom, I would get some practice in with that. If you go to their website, you can sign up for a free account. You can practice, set up your own little Zoom meetings with just yourself, so you can play around with all the settings if you want. But it's a great way to communicate, and it's a great way to interact with others. So hopefully that'll end up being a good solution for an online version of the conference. There's a lot of free events. Of course, the annual business meeting is still happening at the conference. It will be on Wednesday. It will be via Zoom. And I will put all of these links to each of these events in the comments on this video once it's finished. So there's the business meeting on Wednesday, and then Saturday evening we're having a happy hour sort of get together. I think it's at 6 p.m. Central. So that'll be fun. You bring your crochet, hang out, we'll just kind of sit and chat together. And I guess it's bring your own booze too. Bring your own drinks. The other fun thing that's going on that's totally free is the live vendor showcase. And that will be all week. Different vendors have set up basically Zoom meeting showcases for their stuff. And the links will be provided on the website, and you can just log in and check out, kind of like shopping their booth. You know, they're going to display all the things that they would have had in their booth, and you can read more about each vendor on the website and everything too. We've also changed the fashion show around a bit, because normally the fashion show in person, people are modeling garments. It's mostly garments and accessories, and people model them and walk down the aisle with them. Since we're doing it online, there was no need to kind of limit it that way. So this year, instead of a fashion show, we're doing a member exhibition. And Regina's been working really hard on this. And she's got a couple of volunteers. Ellen and her daughter are also helping out. and putting together, we got 41 entries, you guys. That's pretty awesome for the first time we're doing it online. So they're putting together a slideshow version of the member, not fashion show anymore now, it's the exhibition, the member exhibition, which we will hope to get posted the week of the conference. And there's also going to be some kind of online presentation for the Hall of Fame winner, because I don't know all the details, but I know they're working on it, and I'm thinking that's going to be just a video that's uploaded as well too. I don't think it's going to be like a live event, but I will let you know more if I find out more, but I'm hoping that'll be coming up next week as well. The really exciting part, on top of all of that, on top of all the free stuff, we are still going to get some education. I know a lot of you like to go to the conference for the classes, and we are going to get some classes. We have been working on doing classes via Zoom, and our very first one, we're going to kick it off during the conference week, and that one is going to be run by Vashti, actually 2 classes. Vashti Braha is going to be teaching. Unfortunately, if you're not already signed up, her first one is actually sold out, and I think there's only a spot or 2 left in the second one, unless that's gone now too. So we're really excited that that got sold out. They are taking names for people who want to get, it's not so much a wait list, but we're just kind of judging interest that, you know, do we need to run, if we were to run a class like that again, who would be interested in it? No promises that we will, but kind of just, if we were, would you be interested in going? So still go to the registration page, even if you can't get in, and just get your name on that list, so that that's how we determine, you know, what classes are we going to offer again. And that's the cool part. We are doing, yes, it's only 1 teacher the week of the conference, but we are going to continue this. We've got at least 6 weeks of teachers lined up. So we're going to continue the online class idea. Hopefully we'll end up being able to do it year-round. It's going to depend on how the first few play out and how well it works. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we are going to have year-round online education for people who can't come to the classes. So that's going to be so much fun. Hi, Beth. Nice to see you. Okay, so that was the class. Oh, and there's PDD. There's also Professional Development Day. Those of you like me who always sign up for Professional Development Day, Edie Ekman is going to be teaching that this week. And the awesome thing is the class she's teaching is about teaching online classes. How cool is that? We all know the world has changed. If you are a teacher, you're going to have to figure out how to teach online if you want to keep teaching during social distancing. So Edie's going to show you how to make that easy. She's going to show you how to do it right, and fabulous class. I'm going to sign up for it as well. I haven't yet. I hope it's still available. Don't take the last spot from me. No, seriously, take it. I can always sign up again later if she teaches it again. But so that's all the education, and it's very exciting. We've been working really hard on it. We've had practice sessions with the teachers. There's a promo video Edie has posted, so you can take a look at what she's teaching. After Vashti teaches this week, Edie will be teaching classes next week as well, and the registration just opened for those. And we have, like I said, 4 other teachers lined up after that. I think Lily Chin is in there, and Bonnie Barker, Melissa Leitman, and Jennifer Ryan, I think, are the other 4 teachers, maybe not in that order, but those are the other 4 teachers we have lined up for the next, basically 6 weeks of classes that we've got lined up. The whole schedule and everything, all the class descriptions, all of that is online, and I will add those links to the video after we're done here. So that is, I think that's all I had to tell you about, oh no, there was one other thing. There's so much. We've been doing so much with this conference. The one other thing with the conference is that all the merchandise that you normally would buy at the conference is still available. If you guys still want a pin for the year, or if you want, you know, any of the CGOA merchandise that we have, I don't even remember what all there is, but some of the stuff with the CGOA logo on it and all that. And then very exciting, we still have our annual hook. I know some people collect those every year, and they were sad that they might not get one this year and their collection to have that gap. You can still buy it. You can still buy the hook online. It still has CGOA and 2020 on it, and the hooks this year are from Brittany Hooks, and they're fabulous. You guys, I've seen them. They are cherry wood, which is not a wood they normally work with. Normally they have walnut and birch, I want to say, and so cherry is exciting and exclusive just for us for this line. So make sure to get your hook before those sell out as well. And that really is all I have to say about the conference. So now I want to show you my latest pattern on the website. I'm just going to take a peek at Facebook here and see if there's any comments or questions. Nobody yet. Okay, so let me show you this pattern that's on my website. It's a little scrunched up right now, but this is the latest Stash Bash pattern right here. This is a pom-pom wall hanging, and like I said, it's scrunched up because I took it off the wall and brought it downstairs. But against the wall, it's nice and flat. So this is just your typical granny square triangle, and it's got pom-poms woven into it with little hanging loops so you can hang it on a stick. And they dangle down. Isn't that fun? I love this. My husband, at first when I was making it, he's like, what is that? And he wasn't all sure about it or anything. And then I hung it on the wall to take a picture and kind of forgot to take it down. I just left it up for a few days. And he told me the other day, he's like, you know, it's growing on me. I like it. And he's normally not into, you know, fruit. I think of this as fluffy, girly, frou-frou-y stuff. And he's normally not into that kind of thing. His aesthetic is normally very different than this. So I'm glad he's come around to it. He really likes it. It's hanging in our foyer now. Which is probably going to be even if he didn't like it. But don't tell him I said that. Okay, so the giveaway, because you know with the Stash Bash, there's always a giveaway prize that goes with it. Oh, you know, before I get into that, let me tell you some options on this. I made this triangle all in one color because I had a lot of this color to use up. You can, this is just a granny square triangle with a border on the top. You can actually make this, make each row a different color. So you'll have V shapes of different colors. Or, you know, color block it. Do one side in one color and one side in the other color. Change colors whenever you want in this pattern. Use up your scraps. Just remember that every time you change colors, you got more ends to weave in. And then also the pom-poms, you can do whatever you want with colors. I had originally intended to use just these two colors, and then I ran out of this one. I was 2 pom-poms short of this one. So I ended up replacing 4 of the pom-poms here, here, and here, and here. These are fun, so I just want to keep hitting them. I ended up replacing 4 just to balance it out and make an even design. Because I like the symmetry, but you could do random. You could do, if there's 30 pom-poms, you could do 30 different colors. So play with it. And also the stick, this is actually a leaf stick that came with my loom. The leaf sticks come in a pair. Here's the other one. And they're supposed to be used when you're warping your loom if you warp it in a certain way. I don't warp that way. I don't use the leaf sticks. And I'm thinking, what can I hang this on? And hello, leaf stick. So that's why I used a leaf stick. You probably don't have one lying around. Go grab a branch from your backyard. Honestly, remember, this is a scrap project. We're not trying to buy stuff. So go grab a branch from your backyard. Use a dowel rod if you have it. You can use a PVC pipe if you have it. You know what I think would be really cool is to do kind of an industrial looking one with a PVC pipe and all blacks and grays. Wouldn't that look neat? So yeah, change it up, make it yours. That's the point of this project, is make it completely yours. Now, always with the Stash Bash projects, the Scrappy Stitcher Stash Bash, we have a giveaway that goes along with it. So this month's giveaway is from Clover, and they're giving away a set of 4 Pom Pom Makers, 4 different sizes. I actually don't own this set. And I didn't ask for one because I have the separate pom-poms from other sets, so I didn't need it. But this is a new set, and it's kind of exciting. It's got the 4 most common sizes, and it's got a new feature to it, which I'm going to switch over to my hands so that you can really see it, and then I'm going to demonstrate how to do the pom-pom as well. But, okay, so looking at this, Do you see these pink areas, how they're really smooth? Well, the new set actually has ridges evenly spaced along here. So you could divide this up and make a little wedge of one color, then a little wedge of another color, another color, another color. You could alternate. You could do whatever you want. They're measuring tools. They're like a little ruler built into your pom-pom maker. So you can do all sorts of different multicolored pom-poms with it, which sounds like fun. I might have to get one after all and try it out. But that is the giveaway prize. So you guys can win one, and I haven't even tried it yet. You guys can win one. I was going to use this yarn. I can't find the end. So we're not making a pom-pom with that yarn. There is an end here somewhere, I swear. We're going to make a pom-pom with this yarn, and I'm going to untangle that one after lunch. But, okay, so here's how you use this. First of all, it comes in the package like this, okay? These are actually two completely separate pieces that are joined with this little pin in the center. Do you see the little pin? All right. So, and there's a hole that the pin goes into. So they snap together like that, and then there's little tabs here, and you open the ends like this, okay? So to start using it, you want to open it all the way out like that. Now here, everybody does something different with how what they do with their starting end. I know a lot of people like to lay it in the groove here to kind of hold it in place. I end up just grabbing it like this. Sometimes I pinch it against the end right here, but I grab it like that, and you just start wrapping, and wrap over that end like twice, and then you can let go of it. But you just start wrapping all the way around. Now, I read the package instructions before doing this video, and I'm going to tell you that I do something the package instructions say explicitly not to do. I overstuff my pom-poms. I like really full pom-poms, and when I read the packet, it's like, don't overstuff your pom-pom, or you could risk, you know, it could be uneven, or you could risk breaking the pom-pom maker. They said that you should still be able to see like a little arch here, arch shape at the bottom there. Well, I tend to overfill it. So you should probably stop here. I tend to do a few more wraps just like this, get it nice and big. If you want to take better care of your tools than I do, you probably want to stop a little before this. But now I've got it pretty full to where it's come up to the edges here, and it looks like it might pop off. So I bring the yarn over near this edge where the little handles are. Now I'm going to close this side. Okay? Now this side is open, and the yarn is pretty close to it, right? I like to bring it through the little fingers here because then it gets cut later when I'm cutting. So I bring it through the little fingers and then wrap it around this way. You want to make sure that you don't have yarn on top of this. Okay, you want to make sure it's all in this little circular area. So we're just going to keep wrapping. Whoop. Wrap, 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 wrap. And if you want to be really even and, you know, count how many wraps so that all your pom-poms are the same, that's a little more anal than I was going to get with this project because the point is to have fun with it. But yeah, you definitely can. You can count the wraps to make sure your pom-poms are even. I just fill it till it feels like I can't fill it anymore, which is probably a little overfull. Now I'm done with that, so I'm going to bring this yarn over here again, and I'm going to close it. So now we're back to the starting position, but we have yarn wrapped all the way around the outside. So now we get to cut. And from this point forward, it is very important that you not open these sides again. They're going to want to pop open, especially if you've overfilled it. So I tend to put one finger underneath that end and one finger over here when I'm working, just to hold it kind of shut. And we're going to take our scissors. These little thread scissors work the best, okay? I'm going to take them and I'm going to go into the groove. Remember, there were two separate ends to this, right? There's a groove in the middle. As I cut this away, you're going to see that groove. Do you see it under there? Your scissors fall right into that line. So just keep going around that line. Make sure you don't let your pom-pom maker pop open. This is where we crossed, and do you see, because I put it in that groove, It's right there, so when I get to that point, it gets cut. You want to make sure you cut that strand where it crossed for sure. Otherwise, when you go to open it, you'll have a little piece stuck there. Okay, we're going across nice and gentle. Now, I like, once it's opened like this, and this is not the official way to do it, but I like to see if there's any little bits sticking out and just trim them off right now. Usually it's just where you crossed over there, but if you've cut it a little unevenly somewhere or some bit got pulled, you might have a little uneven extra bit sticking out. This one probably was my starting tail. Okay, so we've got that done. Now I'm holding it, I'm not letting it open. When I put it down, I'm not letting it open. We take a piece of yarn, and longer is easier for cutting knots, but for tying knots, but it wastes more yarn, so use however much you feel like you need. And you see that groove there? We're going to start at one end and we're going to stick the yarn into the groove all the way around. Okay? Now up at the top we're going to tie a knot. I like for the first half knot to wrap the yarn twice around like that. It holds it more securely in place when you set up for the next half knot. So remember to make sure that it lines in the groove and that it doesn't open. Okay, and now when you pull, that's going to sink all the way down right there to where the pin is in the center, and you can feel it where it can't pull anymore. Now we finish the knot right here. And then for a little extra security, I like to flip it over to the other side, bring the yarn up again, and do the same thing on this side. So now I've got a knot on both sides. And I got one more step that I do at the end to make it even more secure. There, and here. Whoop. There we go. Okay, so now that's our pom-pom technically done. And to take it out, what you do is you first open these ends again. And again, if you want, you can trim. Don't trim these yet, but if you see something like this and it was still attached, you could trim that off. I see a little bit here. I like to trim it when it's still on the pom-pom holder. It's just easier. Okay, so there we go. And now to take it all the way off, you hold the two white ends and you pull them apart. That pin comes out, and there's our beautiful round pom-pom. Okay, fluff it up. If you've got any stragglers, go ahead and trim them off. There we go. And that's technically done according to the instructions. Now here is my extra steps that I do to make them even a little bit more secure. Both of these tails, which I should pause here to say, if you want to tie your pom-pom onto something using these tails, make your tails a little longer than I did. For this pattern, we didn't do it that way, so I didn't make them extra long. But I put each one of these tails on and I go straight down through the center. Now there's a hard knot in the center where you tied that knot. So find your way into it and go straight through. Oh, slipped out on me. And then I go straight through again the other way. And I might do that twice with each of these ends. So I go straight through again. And then come over a little bit, go through maybe this way. Ooh, there we go. Okay, and then when I'm done, and I might, if it was me, I might actually do that one more time, but then when we're done, we trim off that end. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the other end, and what this does is it just kind of secures that knot, so that knot's not going to slip and your pieces aren't going to fall out as easily. So there we go, through the knot. Okay, and one more, let's just do one more. Through the knot. All right. Cut, fluff, trim any scraggly bits, because, you know, fluffing roughly like that will make scraggly bits. And you can fuss with it as much as you want, but there is your finished, perfect, beautiful little pom-pom. And that is how you make a pom-pom with the Clover Pom Pom Makers. And they do come in other sizes. This is the smallest size I had. There is a smaller size, I believe, but I don't have that one. This is the next size up, and then there's bigger sizes after that. So the kit that is the giveaway prize is this size, I want to say this size, but I'm not 100% sure, and then two other sizes. It's listed on the blog post, so check like the actual sizes. This one is 1 3/8. I don't remember what the other sizes are. And that's the other thing on this wall hanging. If you wanted to, you could even vary the sizes of the pom-poms. I mean, there's lots of space here. You could do like little pom-poms, bigger pom-poms, bigger pom-poms, and kind of work your way down from small to big if you wanted, and that could be fun too. So lots of different ways to customize that. Let me turn this back around. And I think that's all I have for you guys today. So I'm going to be doing the Lunchtime Live every week now instead of every other week. So feel free to join me, and I'm going to try to have demos every time. I may not actually make it every time, but I'm going to try to have a demo or tutorial every time we do it now, just to kind of show you guys something new. Thanks for joining me, Kathy and Julie and Beth and everybody else. And I will see you next week.